What's up, guys, and welcome back to another video. Before we get started, massive thank you to all the new subscribers. The June Internationals has really been an incredible time for me. I have grown drastically. I thought I would be getting close to 5,000 subscribers in the next month or two. I am 150 subscribers away from that, which is truly unbelievable, and I'm truly thankful. If you haven't subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button. Join Walking Towards G-Man, where I chat about all things sport and motivational. I'm sure you'll enjoy it with me, and if you don't know who I am, click on the links below. Check me out on social media. Check me out, or check all my old videos out so you can get a feel of what this channel's all about. I'm not a professional at this. I'm just a big fan, chatting about sport and sharing my thoughts and suggestions. But let's get to today's topic. I was reading an article today, and this inspired me to do this video. 7 talking points from the June test of 2018. Now, technically we thought we were done, but I had to find something to keep this going on and bring up the international talks. And before I do my team of the year or team of the June series, I wanted to get through to this as well, because it's really good to follow the talking factors of the parts of this tournament. So let's go. Point number 1. Is England back on track? Why I say this? Obviously, they put up a strong effort against the Springboks. Yes, they lost 2-1, but they showed a lot of heart, they showed a lot of determination, passion. They started off very strongly in the first 2 tests and really showed a lot of commitment. Discipline cost them, but they seemed to work on that coming in the 3rd test, where they beat South Africa for the first time in South Africa in I think 17 years or so, which is truly remarkable, and I forgot to credit them on that. Eddie Jones would have learnt a lot about his players, especially putting some of them in new positions, which is a big thing. England were extremely competitive, like I said. Tom Curry and Danny Cipriani's performances will have impressed the English boss, which is true, and England will be happy to have ended their winless streak as they're looking to build their team for the November internationals. So for me, is England back on track? I think they are. They've still got a long way to go, but they are back on track. Second point, Ireland, Springboks and Wallabies on the up. Let's kick off with Ireland. After coming off a fantastic Six Nations win, they're really beating Australia in the series. First time since 1979, I think it was. Remarkable. Their players have shown a lot of growth. Their team has shown a lot of growth. Joe Smith has done a remarkable job with Ireland, which is truly magnificent. And they're really looking good on track for next year's World Cup, and I cannot wait for the battle between Ireland and New Zealand. It's truly going to be remarkable. South Africa and Australia headed into the opening games of 2018 at the back of poor performances in 2017. Both sides showed major improvements and showed a lot of commitment and growth. And I think if they can continue this, we'll see a very much improved performances from both South Africa and Australia heading into the Rugby Championship, which I think is going to be one hell of a competition this year. The Springboks look like they're revitalised size under Rassie Erasmus, and will welcome back a few players ahead of the competition for the Rugby Championships, which is true. Hopefully we're going to get back Evan, and Malcolm Marx has just played. Warren Whiteley, they're talking of coming back as well. He played the other day, so fingers crossed that happens as well. And then obviously Michael Cheika seems to have found the right combinations to be successful within Australian rugby, which is very true. They looked a total different team, totally developed, growing and getting better, and it's fantastic to see, in my opinion. So Australia, Springboks and Wallabies are definitely on the up, which is fantastic. Another point made here was Argentina needs to select overseas players, which is so true. They have outstanding blokes playing overseas, and they continue to just pick Super Rugby players. With the combination of the Southern Hemisphere and the Northern Hemisphere players in Argentina, guys, that will make a massive difference in that team. Argentina have the potential to be a team that can really cause chaos, and I think they need to do it. Obviously, coach stepped down from his role from the Los Pumas head coach after winning just 2 of the last 18 matches. which isn't good. He had the opportunity to pick Argentine players from overseas, but he didn't. He get stuck with the Super Rugby team, so that definitely needs to be an improvement going forward. The quality, second point, or the next point, quality of officiating must improve. Amen to that. We saw a lot of blunders made for this June internationals from majority of the games. Referees can't afford to continue to make mistakes. I don't know when last I heard of a series from all international teams where there was constant mistakes. I'm not used to it. It's a new thing. Maybe I'm just getting more knowledgeable with rugby and I haven't picked it up in the past. But this was shocking for me. I'm not impressed with it. And World Rugby needs to pick up the standards and sort out these referees so we can get proper refereeing in place, or teach these referees the rules and regulations, or get systems in place to help these guys get better, because we can't afford to let silly mistakes mess up games. And I don't care which game it was, but we can't afford it. It's not fair on the players, it's not fair on the fans, it's not fair on the coaches. We need to get this sorted out. Michael Checker criticised consistency of the officials, especially in the last test for them. All Blacks coach Steve Hansen expressed empathy for his Wallaby counterpart and said sport is being ravaged by uncertainty for players, coaches, spectators, and demand all rugby start listening. Hallelujah, listen. This needs to be done. We need better officiating. Right, next point. Japan and USA continue to improve. This is fantastic. USA's wins in June saw them extend their winning streak to 8 games and saw them claim their first claim a Tier 1 scalp in the first time since 1924 when they beat Scotland. Truly amazing stuff for them. Japan, on the other hand, continued to rise with wins over Italy and Georgia, and both have sides of tough pools in the Rugby World Cup. But with that kind of play, man alive, we could see an upset or two, ladies and gents. What a performance from the Japanese and USA. I'm excited to see what happens next year. Fiji quietly, next point, Fiji quietly becoming a powerful test side. This is amazing stuff. They claimed their 3rd straight Pacific Nations Cup, and before going down to Tonga in a once-off test, Pacific Island nation is quietly becoming a powerful test side in the build-up for the Rugby World Cup. They will look forward to testing themselves against Tier 1 nations France and Scotland in November and getting more games time as a squad, which is amazing. It's good. It's so good to see these lower teams go at it and show us what they're worth. And they deserve a shot. If they're showing improvement, I want to see them. I want to see them play. And then my 7th point is New Zealand continuing to dominate World Rugby. My dog clearly agrees with me on that one. So, why I say New Zealand continue to dominate? Clean sweep over the French. Yes, a few question marks here and there, guys. But they beat them 3-0. They beat them 3-0, and that's something we've got to give credit for and show total dominance. They had a lot of injuries, yet they still continued to be dominant in World Rugby, which is amazing. Damien McKenzie, for me, has a bright future in either the number 10 or number 15 jersey, and with a combination of Barrett, I mean, my word, New Zealand, you guys are gems in your teams, boys and girls. That is really amazing stuff. It's the 9th or 10th year, if I'm not mistaken, that they are top of the world rankings at number 1. That is remarkable, and congratulations to that fantastic team. But my question for you guys, can they be beaten in 2018? My opinion, yes. By who, you may ask? Either Ireland, South Africa or Australia could surprise us this year. But either way, what a June internationals we saw. We were treated to outstanding rugby, and I want to give credit and a shout out to all the teams who played outstanding stuff. A few question marks here and there, Scotland up and down, and then beating Argentina last weekend. Good stuff. I'm glad they ended on a good note, but they still lost to the USA, so that's still a question mark. But all those points are so true. We need to really think about it and see what we're looking at going into the November and Rugby Championship. The one standout point for me on those notes that I got and made was officiating. That needs to change. You know what? Maybe a referee, if they make big stuff ups in a game, maybe they should get a red card or a yellow card and miss a game themselves. because we can't afford to have mistakes like that mess up a game. Like Steve Anson said, like I said, it's not fair on the fans, it's not fair on the players, the coaching staff. It's just not fair. We pay money to watch the game. They play for money. Obviously that doesn't make sense, but they've got a job to do and they've got to do it right. If we fail at our day jobs, we get fired. Same should happen to them. Just a thought and just something different. I really enjoyed doing this video and researching it. It was really great to have done. As I said, so much excitement in the June internationals, and I really can't wait to see what happens as we move forward in the international rugby level. Good to see the baby teams coming up in the world and showing some fight. It's good to see our teams that were great, that flopped last year, are coming back, and whether you like them or not, it's great. It's amazing to see the All Blacks continuing rugby dominance. And can England bounce back? So much to look forward to. I can't wait. Bring on the internationals. I wish I had a remote to fast forward. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, like I said, please hit the subscribe button so you can keep up to date with all future content from me, Gareth Mason. I hope you guys enjoyed the journey with me. So much more to come. We still got the top team, my top 15 of the June Internationals Super Rugby. I've got a South Africa New Zealand video that I'm thinking about and going to do. So hit that subscribe button and I'll see you guys real soon for another video. Stay safe and never give up. Cheers.